Alright, buds. This week. Alright. Fuck's sake, bud. It's. Yeah. I'm fucking hungover.
Alright, buds, episode 6. Myself and Pete today we're chatting about training, eating out. We're looking forward to our Men Rising Together trip that we're doing for our birthday in September. A couple of things in between, the pet hates, the ups and downs of life, and etc. Really hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to like, share and follow. And yeah, we'll chat you soon.
So standy.
Alright, bud.
Alright, bud. What's happening?
Episode 6.
6, yeah.
Wonder what we'll be calling this week.
Yeah, we'll find something. Yeah, man.
Huh?
Sure, we'll always find something.
We'll always find something, yeah.
To name it, like.
Yeah, that's gas, yeah.
So far, the blade and smelly chairs feet thing, that was the funniest, yeah.
That was the funniest, yeah. Yeah, it was, yeah.
So how was your week? How was the week? But
yeah, week was good. Good training. Got 4 classes in 1-to-1. And then I was in the gym a couple of times as well, just doing light weights because I'm kind of doing a lot of leg work, strength of legs, which actually I was talking to you earlier about this, who suffers with a bad back. It's an eye-opener for me. Like, when I went to physio, because I mentioned it before, the first few weeks, probably 4 or 5 weeks for the classes I was doing, like 20 minutes in, the back would lock up and I was in bits. And I went to a physio and he put me on a kind of a program for my legs to build the muscle in my legs, because he says to me, do you do much? And I says, look, I'm active enough, but he says, I'm not like playing football or that.
yeah,
And he says, do you go to I says, I do a bit in the gym. Now when I say this, the gym, like, you'd look at us, you wouldn't think we go to the gym, but we go to the gym because it's, like I said, it's like a lot about mental health and all that. So going to the gym, I always had a weight program that I had for years, and I just kind of adjust that and mess around with it. And he says to me, what do you do with your legs? Because I told him the rest of it. I says, don't do that with my legs. I'm 26 down. I said, why would I want to train my legs? I said, and he goes, man, it doesn't work like that. He says, you have to build your muscle, because he said basically what's happening is when you're running and you're pounding, like, and you're jumping up and down or whatever, all that shock is going straight into the bottom of your back. So he says you need to start building up your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings and all that. And he gave me a program, and he gave me a few exercises, just doing a bit simple exercises, we're on the floor or whatever. Started doing them, and then I just how so happened that I actually had a scheduled appointment up in the sports clinic, and I went into their facility. Savage. You want to see the setup they have now down in Santry. Big, huge, open gym, and you go in and they record you doing. Oh, it's lethal. So I went in there, and the girls in there put me on an actual program with bands and all, and I've been doing that. Game changer. Back, no issue with me back. Yeah. And for the last number of years, I would say myself, Carl, and the kids be out walking, and within 5-10 minutes, backs lock up, and I spend the rest of the walk hunched over, stretching me back in a jogger. And now it's like me back is savage, and I can feel my legs getting stronger to the point where now I'm doing the little bit of running, So we were asked at the start of this transformation class, everyone was asked, like, what's your goal? So naturally enough, everyone's like, I want to lose weight. And a lot of people were simple things, like Daryl said last week, it's like someone say something as easy as tying your laces. Yeah. So my goal was try and lose 2 stone off the scales, and to be able to run. They do this run like it's from the 1-to-1 fitness building out and down to the end of the estate. And I haven't even able to do half of it. So I said my goal is to get to that part, to be able to do that run. So and because I'm training my legs are in good shape. So there's a lot of positive. But this week, when you ask about how the week was, it's mad because I'm about 12-13 weeks into this from when I started the transformation, like mid-May or whatever. And this week was one of the weeks where, like, and it's every week there's like, it's either an injury or something's niggling at me, And this week was mad. It was a dose of reality of the journey and the actual ask, like, how big our journey is, because I've been kind of living in a honeymoon period at the minute, where it's just I'm buzzing, buzzing with the podcast, buzzing with training, things like that. It's great. But then during the week, you know, I was kind of measuring myself, saying I haven't lost that much in measurements, probably since I started. I'm down about 1.5 inches maybe, which, you know, I can definitely feel there's certain clothes that are a little bit looser, but them clothes are still 5XL, you know.
Yeah.
So I was trying to buy some clothes, getting ready for work or whatever, going back to the office now in a couple of weeks, and try to buy some clothes, and I got that dose of reality. Is like, come here to me, you're bleeding miles off, you know. And I just had that. It rocked me a bit to the point where, to use your little stew, was like, right, you had your fun. Fuck this gym stuff. And sorry, that's another thing I have to address in a minute. Forget this gym stuff. Let's go back to our old ways of being lazy. Oh man. So there's a bit of that this week. So that was kind of a new, but it kind of needed to happen as well, because I can't take my eyes off the ball. This is not a quick fix like I put up during the week. I forget the exact quote, but it was something like short, was it long-term success builds character, and the other builds ego, you know. Yeah. So I'm in this long-term journey, but it's well and good when everything is clicking into place. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be 16 stone and this is gonna be great. Yeah. But definitely there's gonna be weeks where everything is working, but then the mind is starting to play tricks on you. So that's the kind of week I had this week, man.
That's what you say, what do you think knocks it off track? I think it's always that little thing inside, a little show going, fuck it, come on, we go back to the way we were. Yeah. Because we're comfortable there.
Yeah.
And you know, like, if a snail had to go a mile, like, a mile's not a long time for us. We'd be quicker than the snail. Yeah, well. But he'll still always get there, but and you will, like I will as well. I have you're flying, I can see different changes in you. Even your mood is not saying you are ever lower mood, but you're definitely smiling a lot more. And
I would have been. I'm enjoying I'm enjoying the little things that I didn't. When I set out and got in my head, right, I'm gonna lose 10 stone. I didn't. It's all about the journey, right? You know, because when we get there, our way, it's gonna be like, is this it? We keep going. You know, you're never actually. So it's all that thing. Like, it's not about the destination, it's the journey, right? Fair enough. All that kind of wishy-washy stuff. Yeah. But I'm enjoying new things. Like, I feel good now. My legs are strong. Yeah. I can feel kind of new muscle growing in my shoulders, my bicep, and it's great. Then those down below, it's like, yeah. This is. But it's what you said a couple of weeks ago. You said a dripping tap would still fill a bucket. And that's the thing. I think, as much as it's hard to get the eating right and the exercise right, that's the third part of this, is to stay focused enough that you don't be getting impatient. Because I am, by nature, I'm an impatient person. Like, yeah, it's just the way I am. I just want things yesterday, you know. And I think I started this off, this is going to take what it takes, and it's great. And it's easy to say them things, but when you're actually living in it, then it's like, oh, Jesus. Because I feel like I've been giving it 100%, right? But I looked in the mirror the other day and I says, I want to see more than what I'm seeing for now. But I can't let that sentiment get into me, because that's what will throw me off course. Yeah. Like, I'm only one or two bad decisions away from this is done. I'm done, like, you know.
Don't do, because I'm
not.
You.
No, I'm not.
Because I haven't even started.
I know 100%. I'm not interested in doing that. But that's the way I feel. I'm only a couple of bad decisions, like, away from throwing this to the wind. Now, I'm not there, but in my head, it's like little Stu was like, come on, every day, don't be going trying to do this, you know.
Little bollocks.
Yeah. It's a nightmare, this. Yeah. But that's, I feel this is the things that we have to address, because these are the things that have always knocked us off course over the years, like. Yeah. And it's all them things where you feel good. You're at a point where you feel good. People think you look good. Yeah, I'm done. I'm giving up. The progress is not quick enough. I'm bored. Yeah. You know, I've been really enjoying so far what I'm doing. But just as I said, this week, for some reason, I looked and I says, Jesus, come here. Yeah. This has to be going a bit faster. But it shouldn't be. Like, I'm losing probably an average, I'd say about £1.5, £2 a week. But that's good, steady. That's eating that 85%. You know what I mean? Like, we out last night. It was a great night.
You made good choices, but I seen what you done. You know, take the sauce away from the wings, just have them playing.
Yeah.
They look poxy, but still.
No, but
well, they were nice. I had the same, but with the salt and chili ones.
Yeah. And it's them little things that I'm not probably giving myself enough credit for.
Yeah, well.
Do you know what I mean? Because I ate out twice this week. Like, I meet a couple of friends of mine every month. We go out and we go for a bit of grub, Fran and Jay. And I met them during the week because I missed the last few, and like that went in. Now I love chicken wings, love going in. I just love chicken wings.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I tend to stop getting the sauces on them, and they're still bleeding fried chicken wings or whatever. But I kind of, because I'm working off a calorie deficit and I'm at like 2,100 calories a day, I kind of allowed myself. I said, right, I'll have a kind of decent enough breakfast, and then I'll skip lunch and I'm going for dinner, and that'll do me. So I had a steak and it was lovely, And
that's what we was saying just before we started to record that yeah, terrible this week, but I definitely didn't go outside my calories 100%. Like, I was working, there's a job we had to get across the line, like we're still on it, but I worked maybe 2 hours every night late, and like I had one break and I had a row with we get butter and I actually got home to start taking out the dough, right?
A lot of people do that.
But my thinking is, fuck that dough. It's not because the dough, I just want more filling. That's what I was thinking. So we get like that chicken tikka, and it's delicious.
I thought you were going to say something like, throw the dough in the bag there, will you?
Yeah. Like little dough balls.
What you get, chicken tikka?
Chicken tikka, like it's nearly the same thing. Sun-dried tomatoes, which are delicious. I love gherkins.
Love them. Yeah.
But we started getting the crispy onion instead of the red onion. Like
that's going backwards.
I know. But like I had that right, and I always tend to get a package of crisps with me lunch. I don't give it. I just love them, right? Because I'm a savoury. I don't mad about chocolate.
I love crisps. Yeah.
But the Volvo Quarter 1.5s, I was buying maybe 4 of them a day and drinking.
Oh man.
Because it was so toasty.
You're
carrying your towels, you're lifting heavy cable. Yeah. So
that's what you be on your feet for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, up and down, and I never wear me smartwatch and walk because I don't want to get wrecked. I get wrecked.
We'll get wrecked, yeah.
But like me phone does pick up, wouldn't be too accurate, but maybe nearly 10,000 steps more, like when I'm doing the overtime. But again, it's not at a pace where your heart rate is elevated. That's where you lose the weight. You get into that heart rate up and down.
For sure. But for people like us and exercise, I think just being like we may not be sweating, but you're moving, like it's different for us.
I was sweating like those last weeks. I normally, when I'm in work, bring 2 or 3 t-shirts with. I was sweating, and I had to change it because I was out in the rain. I'd be sweating. I have a heavy rain jacket on my winter jacket, and because they give you all the gear. Yeah. I was sweating, but then I started getting cold, so I changed my t-shirt. It'd be an hour or two on that, and it'd be fucking. You could wring it out like it'd be sweating, and then you're like, right, something's up here because I'm like not losing a lot of weight. I'm doing all this walking. I'm definitely outside my calorie count. Yeah, and maybe I did lose weight. That's my own thing, not getting on the scale.
Not even scales, but did you take measurements?
I did, and I wrote it on my whiteboard, and I took a picture. It's in my phone somewhere. But like, I'd be
just on that. I don't want you to lose your train of thought, but I think I said it's there's an app, and I think it's called My 360. And you place your phone down and you press it, and it gets you all your measurements.
Does it?
Yeah. It was Natalie actually that told me about that, and I have it in my phone. I keep meaning to do it, but see, this is what I'm saying. If you were measuring once a month, if you got home tonight, measure, get the tape out and measure, because
it existed.
I heard, I don't know how true this is, but it's kind of a good ballpark measure that for every 10 pounds you lose, it's an inch. Don't know if that's true. I think it's true. I'd like to think it's true, but sorry, I did knock you off train of thought.
I do have a tailor tape, but I always use that. The legs, the belly. It's like all my weight's on the front of me,
Yeah, no, yeah, it's.
Because I have my legs be strong, like
very
my
strong.
knees are fucking killing me though, because I'm.
Although you have strong legs, when you do get going to the gym, I'll give you this training program doing for my legs, because although you have like 3 trunk legs, and I mean that, don't mean like a big 3 trunks, but they're so strong, and I've often got kicks in when we're training and that. You still should look at like your glutes, your hips, your calves and stuff, because that all helps, and which I'm learning the back.
But there's a fella, he was on Joe Rogan, knees over toes. He was in a bad way.
Knees over toes,
and all he done was he made these exercises out of the sled. That's what I'd like to do.
Out of sled?
You know the sled, you pull it back and forth.
Oh, the big metal yoke?
He can do so much now, mobility with his knees, and he could never really jump high or nothing. He concocted all this himself.
That's
Check
amazing,
him out, he's brilliant.
I must do, yeah.
Because the sled is, like, it's very good for... I never use it, like... I used it in Ross's place there last week for the first time, really.
There's one in the gym, but I never
I
use
know,
it.
and it's very beneficial. Plus, you were saying about your legs there, like I was told, like, because I suffer with me back, and especially the lumbar.
Like, actually have a problem with your back, not just like... Yeah.
So, I had surgery on my spine and all, but your core is actually goes around like that. So it's your core that actually strengthens your thing. Now your legs and all, everything comes from your core, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you have a strong core, you have a strong back. And I'm going to, because I was thinking, like, how am I going to, like, we're going away to that main race to get that thing, right? And I'm thinking, like, you were saying you lock up, I'm going to be in bits trying to get up that mountain.
Yeah, and just on that, I want to give the bit of backstory. So obviously, men rise together. It's a kind of a retreat. You probably could explain better than me. It's a tree for men, and you go away and you do kind of yoga, and you do like cold breathing water therapy, breathing and all that. It's not something we've ever done before, but me and you, when it came up, David Patrick Farrell reached out, and I think you know him through Ross, and it was there, and it was, I wouldn't say it was an invitation, but there was a kind of an invitation to go up and to join him. Yeah. And it clicked in place, and actually, because our birthdays, like your birthday is the 24th September, mine's 22nd, and we did years ago kind of try to do something around our birthdays, and like tattoo conventions and stuff. So
this can't be good, but for the birthdays,
man, I cannot wait for this.
I'm looking
do you know what got me excited about it? Was he sent over and I think he's been sharing it, so if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, just find out.
We'll put the link back up.
We will, and go in and look at the venue. Like, it's in, I don't know what the name of the mountain is in Donegal, but it's pure wilderness. And I can't wait. And a big shout out, I know we have her down on the list, big shout out to Annie, because Annie's, like, you're sacrificing going to Annie's family down, and I appreciate that, Annie, because I wouldn't have gone. But I've got a couple of friends going as well. And because I just think it's so benefit. Like, when I read through what you'd be doing and all, I was like, oh my god, this is savage.
Deadly, like the criteria. I know you only read half it. It sounds amazing. I hope that, like, going on is going to say, I hope me mate. I hope Dave goes.
I hope he just. Huh? I hope he doesn't mind you give him a call out. I hope he goes. I hope he goes,
won't. Like, he's so into
Dave, this is a call out. We hope you go.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
You,
we do need you. But it's like that. It's, I'm not thinking about, like, I seen the thinking about, and I said to Carl, oh jeez, I'm never going to get up there. But then she's like, just take your time, and we get up, I'm sure. But I'm just so looking forward to it. I've never done anything like this before, and I'm trying to be really open-minded about what we're doing. If someone told me to, something else works, I'll give that a go. But I think we're in a time now, with all that's wrong with the world now, but we're in a time where men, especially probably 40 or all, well, I hope it's like it's all men, but it's getting easier to talk.
Yeah, it is.
And it's lads like these lads that are pushing this and they're taking. And I think the 20-year-old me would have been like, status, but now it's like,
that's because you're bulletproof.
You're shy is what you are. I'd love to go back to 20-year-old me and
punch
me around. Oh my god!
Yeah,
honestly,
I can't wait to get up that hill, the top of that mountain, just so we can roll back down.
Please God, it's just being there, because I love being out. I love being outdoors. I love being out in like in the wilderness type thing, you know.
That's
we're
a
blessed.
Virgo thing, actually, do you know?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Deadly. We're blessed where we are. Like in my mum's, we're out just outside Navan, and like go 500 metres up the road, there's a woods, there's rivers. This is our playground, you know. This is our playground.
I remember coming down here years ago to this.
Yeah.
And I saying, God, we're going to go into the forest, so you have to put twigs in your
Do you remember that?
And I was like, for what? Because if the badger locks on, I was locked on.
That was true.
When it hears the snap, it'll let go of you. So like, we're not going down there. And then I was doing for the pony, remember that?
Yeah, it didn't stop you.
It's still down there. No, it didn't stop.
No. But come here, as I was saying, sorry, sidetracked again. You were saying about your lunch. That's where we were. That's how far we went off track. But this week, yourself though, you were saying your eating was shy, but your calories were down.
Yeah.
How'd you feel, energy wise? And
what
are you laughing for?
Because of today, didn't I?
What?
I love Carl. Like, it wasn't for Carl asked me to do that. I loved it. Like, I actually enjoyed it, and I was so hungover because me and Stu were out last night. Mother of God, and we had to fill it. And
shout out, everyone went out. I had a great night.
Oh, it was great.
Lovely people.
Yeah, lovely people.
Gabriel and
Helen.
Oh my God, lovely people.
Yeah.
Shout out, lads. Thanks a million.
Yeah,
great
it was
night.
brilliant.
Went to see Gary Owg. Ashbourne had a bit of grub. It was great.
Bit of grub. So I'm in bits and anyway all morning. I'm hungover and I was like, Stu, what I tell Carol? And I ended up getting up and I was sitting on the edge of the bed and I done a few videos and like, no. And then Carol said, here's your breakfast. And she literally landed me bag on top of me and gave me a can of Red Bull. And says, come on. So we got up.
Oh my God.
And it was a great because it was a nice thing about me and Carol the bond, you know.
Yeah.
And we never done anything like that together. It was great.
It's gas, right?
And she's an animal, like.
Yeah.
She's very, like, I was so proud because she didn't stop.
Well, you've never trained with her.
And she was like, come on, Pete. And she was encouraging me. And I was like, come on, Carol. Like, she's hitting the bag. And I was there, like, remember all the twins still didn't do the dishes. And, you know what I mean? And,
she told me halfway through, your whole demeanour and your face change. And she said he was pure in the zone.
Yeah.
It took him 20 odd minutes to get, but then she goes, he was lashing it out.
Yeah.
And it's gas. We've never trained with her. So we were actually saying today, because we knew we were coming down to stay, we actually said, you know what? Isabel was gone to our little pals for the sleepover. Jackson was there. So actually, Jackson, Pete and mine, Jacko, me and you go to do the class together. And then she dumped me during the week. Was it on Thursday or something? She goes, come here, I'm about to be on to Pete. He's coming down. I'm about to tell him he's coming training with me. So me and him are going training. So we'll swap cars and Jacko with you. But I was delighted because I didn't think, seeing you last night, I didn't think you'd be going. But then you made it. I was so bleeding happy. But what did you think?
Do you know when you just want something to be on because it's so horrible?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I had me watch on, right? And I kept looking at it, and every minute was a fucking hour.
That's your first mistake.
But I didn't want to be there.
No, I know you didn't, but you don't
look.
But
by the time it came to it was about 10:34, and I started hitting the bag. I loved the bag. So we started getting into it. That's when Carol says, your whole thing, you were really into it then. I said, yeah. And I love boxing. Like, I loved it.
Yeah.
I was nearly about to kick the bags, you know, as well. Because that's what we would have been.
Yeah.
But, it was deadly. The setup down there is amazing. Like,
isn't
all
it?
the different rooms. I never seen nothing like it.
That's what's so appealing to me. Darren, he's doing such a good job. As I said to him, I don't know, like, I didn't mean that as an offense. I wouldn't have taken offence, but it's like, he hasn't reinvented the wheel. Like, there's classes everywhere. You can go to any gym and be class.
Something
whatever,
special there.
There's something that's 100%. I don't know what it is. And a couple of people have contacted the page and were on about one-to-ones, like, what's it like? And I says, I cannot speak highly enough of it. And it's, right, the facility is brilliant. The trainers are brilliant.
Whoever designed
the people are in there. And even Carol said there was fellas coming over to you, go on, get stuck in and all. Like, that's
one of the lads, like, make sure you go out tomorrow for a walk. And I wanted to talk to him more, but I couldn't breathe. Do you know what I mean? At one stage I looked at me watch and it was like 161 and it's like I couldn't even fucking you know, I was trying to gas that you as so won't fit, man, you need to sort this shit out.
Was there a little part of you, like, although it was torture, and I get it, when I know 100%, that you were at, like, something was turned on, it's like, I can do this, and I want to come back here again, or do something, like, I know you've got loads of offers from Ross, and all sorts of people.
And that, yeah, I'd like to go back, but, like, I see that ground, up and down on the ground, it's not
now.
for me right now.
Not now, but
I just love hitting the bag, and you can sweat enough hitting the bag.
Oh,
you know, we can
do
do some work.
You would manage a spinning class?
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Would
I
you?
love the bike. I used to love cycling. I think I'd manage it on my own terms. So I wouldn't be trying to keep up with anyone.
No.
Because even today I couldn't do a few things, but I never stopped moving.
And that's the whole point. And Darryl said that last week. It's like you give it your 100%.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to the fella who was like Muhammad Ali beside you and he's biting lumps into
even that man was telling me to slow down and I was like,
Ryan?
Not Ryan, one of the guys that was there. He seems to be like there a lot, but I was like, I need to keep up with you, whether I'm not doing the same thing as you, but I need to do 20 if you're doing 20, but I'll do something different.
Yeah, I think it's great encouragement. And like that, like I'm still struggling to do like burpees now.
Oh yeah, I can't do it. I just can't do them, man.
I do a variation of burpee on the box. Have to, because I can't put
like they were doing burpees and I done the jumping jacks and even them are.
Oh, stop, man. Like it's only now because but that's what I'm saying to you. It's only like a good few weeks in that they're not as hard on me knees, because I'm still 24 stone. No, sorry, what am I? Yeah, I'm 24 stone. So that's still a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's another thing I'm conscious of. I don't want to hurt myself. Yeah. So I don't want to be out of the game then. Like, that's probably my biggest fear at the minute.
Yeah. And then see the way you came down the stairs.
Yeah.
So we was thinking, because Kyle said, wait until you see him, he's going to be munched. Like, and then when you came down, it's like, he looks grand. Like, you were sweat. I could see our t-shirts. I was like, he looks actually grand. So I was thinking, was he doing spinning? Because the spinning was upstairs. I
was rattled.
Were you spinning?
We spin for about 5 minutes just to warm up the legs.
Yes.
And I'll just give you a painted picture of this class we did. It was about 8 circuits, 8 different stations. So the first station was burpees, and it was, you had a partner. I do 1, you do 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, all the way up to 10. That's right.
Yeah.
No stopping. Your stop in your break is when your partner is doing it. Next station was rowing. So you do 10 rows, 20 rows, 30 rows, 40 rows, right? Next station was clean squat to a press with the bar. Now, some of the lads, Wayne and William, they were putting weights on. I was like, we just did the bar. But the same thing. 1, 2, 3, all the way up. Now, when you add them all up, that's 55 reps or something. It's something mental. Then there was, what did you call them? You're kind of in a press-up position and you pull the dumbbells. Animal yokes. Oh, my God. Then the next one was jumping over the bench. Again, 10, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Then it was the skiing machine. We did 100 calories between us.
That's tough enough to get up to 100.
That was 55 minutes, right? And then I'm like the last thing was leg raises again, 1, 1, 2, 2, and all. So by the end, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I survived it. Then next of all, Darryl, the prick, goes everyone down on the ground, press up position, and he gives us they call it a finisher.
Yeah,
finished me alright. Wasn't he dead? And it was like 10 press ups, 9, 8, 7, all the way down. Your partner jumping jacks and all the. And I was just kind of thinking, because my training buddy I was with today, Keith, and he pushed me on savage.
Yeah,
we were both doing it, and we're kind of saying, I do feel now it's not that. It's definitely not getting easier, but I may have to push myself a bit more. Yeah. So I'll always be at that thing with this class will potentially kill me today, because I'm giving it that thing. And that's part of this that I'm loving, but also the part I'm terrified and I hate all at the same time. You know?
See the machines though, like for me, it's a piece of piss in comparison to getting down on the ground. That's where I suffer. The mobility thing, like if I could just do the round machine and the bench, the press and stuff where you're on the machine, I'm grand with that stuff.
Do you know, you laugh at this, but even getting your body to the ground.
Yes, I know, but not.
And then trying to get up off the ground.
Yeah,
I know myself. Like, and again, it's taken me bleeding 10 weeks to have a little way of getting up now and like kind of spring up a bit. But I
so
know
your
what you mean.
first thing was the transformation that you run for 12 weeks.
I missed the first 4 weeks of the first one I did, so I only got 8 weeks.
Right, so, but you still done very well. It got you kick-started, and it's 3 days a week.
3 mornings a week.
That's very good.
Not 3 mornings, no. 3 class weeks, so we Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday mornings.
Right.
And then I'm trying to get in another class.
Yeah.
On top of that, so I did boxing the other morning at 6 in the morning. He was a savage. That's a savage class. But I felt savage. I felt great. And even they were asking, "Are you gonna come later on?" I was like, "Yeah, well, yeah. See by 5 o'clock." I was like, "Carl, I can't do it. Can't go." It was a bad idea down 2 class on Monday. I was wrote off.
Did you sleep well?
Slept very well, but I was. It took me ages to get to sleep because I know I probably shouldn't do it, but I at the minute I need it. I'm drinking like a can of Monster, maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes before I go in. Especially on Thursday, I needed to do that.
Yeah, whenever you're
but sure, it was I would say 1, but it was late. I was wide awake. But then I got into a deep sleep. Now I woke up and I felt better than I thought I would. Because I thought I went to bed and it was like...
Locked up, dude.
I was in a jocker.
Yeah.
But, it's just...
So that 12-week runs.
12-week runs,
12-week runs.
Yeah.
So you'll probably keep going, like... Because there is something special about that place.
There's a couple of lads, Martin, I think, and there's a few other lads... I think
like
Bob
one of the guys became a trainer then.
Yeah, Carl told me that. Yeah,
I
think in 2 or 3 classes or 2 or 3 runs he lost like £100 or something.
That's crazy.
And then he does the boxing in the morning, and fair play to him. Like, and
we're
not talking about 20-year-olds, talking about mid to late 40s. Like,
yeah, I think the special thing is there's a good element of the social thing, seeing the same pals and that. But it's like it's better than like it's probably a revolutionary thing in the sense that like going to the gym anymore, like after doing that, like the gym's nearly futile. Like you're being pushed for an hour, you know, instead of you trying to go and do. You might get fed up. You can't leave that. Like you feel like you can't leave. I'm sure you could walk out, but then
but you're
play
right.
on your mind.
No, but you're right. The gym, when it's only you in the gym, now a lot of people love the gym and they're structured, and a lot of people don't like the gym. They think it's boring. I do like the gym.
I do as well,
but I'm pushing myself to where I'm comfortable. I won't push myself past the comfort level. Like now, when I'm lifting weights, I'll try and get a couple of extra weight in or whatever. It's not the same for class because you're out of your comfort zone nearly from the minute you go in.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's mad. So I'll just come back to the week. I had a lot of positive this week, but I just felt something new entered into me kind of environment, and I'm like, Jesus, I was very conscious of it, whereas before I would have been like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a nightmare. But I hope this is, you know, every week we say you're getting closer and closer, and you got a load of comments, you know, saying fair play to you and all that, and it is a big thing. Like it's daunting.
Yeah,
it's daunting to go.
It's
you know?
great to have you get the likes and it's like it's good. Like
it is, and we've a great bunch of people following us. Like, I think there's a couple of little trolls gone in there now the last week or two. But
so they can jump in if they want.
Yeah, you know, to go boxing with them.
They need all the hooks.
We've a great little group of people, like men, women, all ages, and you know they're getting something from it, and we know from the comments, you know, and the messages we're getting, like, and it's savage. It's savage. I keep. It's not point having regrets, but I would have loved this 10 years ago. Like if you could go back to 20-odd-year-old Pete, what would you tell yourself?
I would say set up a taxi app that takes people and make loads of money. And then I'd start the podcast and people be like, what is this all about? And then I'd be laying up and then everyone be down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you're talking about weight.
No, it doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? You said something there a minute ago about working 10 hours a day and you're on your feet all day. And Gary, as we're coming in here, he's mentioned another podcast. I'm not going to get any airtime unless he contacts the page and he's on. But he had a guest on and the woman was on about, I'd never hire a fat person because they're lazy and all. I was disgusted. It's like they wouldn't get through a 10-hour day and all that.
Yeah.
Isn't that like,
it's terrible.
And this is this fat stigma we mentioned before. It's disgusting that people would look at someone big and not look past like what you see, because you don't know medically what's going on. You don't know what traumas they've gone through their life, and to be that shallow. And I don't care. This person is supposed he's very successful and rich. I've run marathons and all. I've been. I was thinking about this fat stigma, you know, and I was thinking it's very, very still very prevalent. Like it's and I don't think people understand. Now, there's a lot of people out there would say, oh yeah, like we're chatting to me cousin Dermot earlier. Shout out Dermot, promise you we give you a shout out. And he was saying he's the opposite to us. We were laughing because he was doing
to put a bit away.
He was doing work with me dad, and they were doing a little job with me dad, and my mum fed him. Cause that's what my mum does. Yeah. And we were laughing because he was eating fly bread with butter on it. And he was like, oh, this app's a problem to use. And there's a lot of people out there like that. But and we'd look at him and say, yeah, you skinny fucker, you know, or whatever. Yeah. And he'd be like, I
want to put weight on.
I want to put weight on, you know. Yeah. But it just annoyed me, and it got me thinking about the fat stigma thing, you know. And it's like we have pet hates, and we're talking about pet hates, like the one pet hate that me and you both hate. And nearly everyone would say it to you at some stage. Alright, big man.
Yeah, I remember we was in the depot, right? I was in the warehouse. I don't know if we said this on this, but someone came in to me and goes, "Are you?" They call me Rasher and work with. I don't know. Are you Rasher? And I was like, "I am, yeah." But how did you know I was? And he goes, "Joe told me." I was there, Joe, yeah. And how did Joe describe me though? And here he is. What you mean? I says, I know what he told you. Go into the big fattest fella you see in there, that's Russia, and ask him where them fittings are. That's
actually not funny. It's but like big stew, or like big man, big lad. And I know, and people say it, and it's like, and they think it's like there's lovely lads I know would say, all right, big man, how are you, big man?
Yeah, we don't like it.
It's like, you imagine they had
if you like, said that like, to me, we'd be like, why you
fucking half an ear? It's like, all right, half ear, like it's like fuck off.
There's some pillow stands out there.
Sorry, I have to mention this as well. I says to me ma during the week, says, what do you think of episode 5? Yeah, but you're coursing too much. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. So I'm kind of making an active, a conscious decision of not to course.
Oh, I'm not.
No, she said the two of us.
Did she? We get Mano down to bless her.
She said the two of us. So we have to be better at the language. So sorry, Matt. Sorry, you had me in stitches last night. Actually, we're at the table, talking about food, and it was gas because, like, oh my god, people know, like, people with us knew that we did the podcast. Like, can we get away with ordering chicken wings here? They all expect us to order a salad, you know. And you said it was happy. I was thinking about doing, like, what's the podcast about? Two big fat ages giving health advice. This is the world we live in. Yeah, two big fat unhealthy ages giving health advice. Where would you get
people to give it to?
Well, I hope it's coming across, and I'd say from judging from the messages we get, we are, like, for the vast majority of people, like, oh, I love the show, I love the podcast, and I love it, but I hope we're not coming across as, and even things we tag, when we put something up about inspiration, it's not for you, it's for me and Pete. Yeah. You know, like the Goggins videos and all that, like that's more so for us. Yeah. It's, do you know what I mean? As I said, you are getting a window into our journey. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it kind of got me thinking about.
Yeah, what happened last night? Yeah, man.
I walked into the Jacks and some fella goes, oh no, we were facing somewhere, but, and I says, no, I don't. I looked at him, I was like, I don't know him. Don't know you. He goes, I do know, you're a singer or something. And part of me was like, do I tell you about the podcast?
Yeah.
What? Like, I was delighted, but then I was like, no, you don't think you know me, no. I walked out and I went to Pete, and I says, Pete, come here, you never guess what happened. Some fellas that recognised me in the Jacks, and I'm pretty sure it's on the podcast. And he goes, no, Stu. He looked at you and thought, you look like Jelly Roll.
It was lethal. We'll have to thank him. He's deadly.
God. You look like Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
So, thanks for that, Pete.
So I had to keep you on the level there. I don't
Oh,
want you
yeah,
getting
if ever.
famous.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
To bring you, to drag you
Come
back
here,
down.
Couple of things to get through there. We said about men rising together. I'm
Yeah.
so excited about this
Yeah.
retreat. Is there any spaces left? I'm sure there probably is.
There was 25.
In total.
It's mad if there's any left, because I know some people think of it and go, and it's not a huge amount of money. Well, it might be for some people,
It
but
would be
what
for
you're
some
going to
people.
get out of it
I know.
is going to benefit you 10 times.
I know. And the
And
lads
I
in fairness,
only know that still, sorry, but I only know that for that 2 hours I spent with Dave.
I will
Patrick
believe it.
Fredel.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be life changing for certain people, and there's going to be a lot of tears.
I know.
I know that.
I agree with you 100%, but I do put my thought kind of goes to the person who has 2 or 3 kids, probably earning
sorry,
300
yeah.
or whatever it is, 300 quid for
Yeah.
is a lot of money.
Now they are doing a payment scheme.
No,
and
they're
boys,
doing everything they can to get you
people,
going. Like.
And they don't just want. It's not
not
they
about money.
want your
It's
money. It's
100%
not
not
that.
about money. No.
The stuff you're going to get from this workshop.
Yeah, there's the thing actually. If anybody out there knows the equivalent for women, let us know. I know you touched on.
Yeah, on O'Reilly Wellness, I've been sort of doing contact with her for a bit of dialogue, but I'm going to actually get in contact with her in a few
and she's
weeks.
done something similar for women.
Yeah, she runs workshops and stuff. She's at the opening her own web page.
Where's she based on?
Built her own app and stuff.
We'll share it on the page.
We
You
will,
think
we'll
you did share something already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think our app went live for.
Savage, right.
So
yeah, so if you do know anything like that for the women, do let us know on the page, because we'd love to like and share it, and get you know, because I think we're conscious. I think we're doing a good enough job to think, and the reason we're kind of conscious about calling out the women, the female side of things, is because we've got a lot of support from women.
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
it's. I feel obliged to kind of
Definitely.
if there's something we can inform them about.
Yeah.
So thanks to all the ladies.
Because the continuity isn't about gender, right? It's about just feeling good.
Exactly. Mental, physical, you know,
Yeah.
and getting to a point. If you have to go from point A to point B and you pick up something in this podcast that helps you, don't give a shit what it is, where you're learning to paint or you're learning to walk or run, whatever it is, that there's something in here that kind of just helps you to stay on that path. That's a great thing. There was another thing there we were going to mention. So I was chatting to Natalie, and she, you know, I think the calendars are aligning for next week. All going well. We'll have her as a guest in next week.
Yeah.
I wanted to put a shout out to everyone, or to anyone listening. If you had any questions around kind of gastric band, gastric bypass, anything around that weight loss, I'm not going to. I keep making a mess of pronouncing the word. Bariatric, you know what I'm trying to say. If you have any questions and you want to know, or there's anything you want to know, do let us know.
Yeah,
ping the page.
you can ask.
And I'd love to hear from people who are like, nah, that's cheating. Tell us why you think it's cheating, because I think there's a good angle to this, you know, and I think I'm looking forward to her coming on now.
I am, and I'm probably ignorant, because I believed for me it was cheating, but then I start listening to other people, and someone rang me during the week and we had a long chat about it. It's if you can do something to make your life, prolong your life and make you happy, and you're around for people that love you, you should do that stuff. There 100%. Is a lot of recovery though with that, I'm sure. Like you know.
It's an evil journey, because it's actually a girl, I won't mention her name because I haven't spoke to her about kind of sharing it, but she's only got it done. I think she's about 2 months out. Met her the other day, and she said, had she known the pain she was going to be through for the first couple of weeks, she would have never done it. Yeah. She said it was horrific. Yeah. Now, she's off the other side of it, but now she's going into the whole new way of eating. No, not skin yet. She's not there yet. But the new way of eating and everything goes with it. I cannot wait to go through all this with Natalie. She'd like to be no area where she won't be willing to go to tell us. So please, if you have any questions, you're listening to this, please do send them in, man, woman, whatever. Get them in. There was another thing actually for next week, which I'm hoping it all goes well. We're going to the beach next Friday morning.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, what?
Well, next Friday.
I'm going to collect you. We'll leave me house at 6 in the morning.
On Friday, so
she going in fresh as a daisy.
It'd be a nice way to sort of do that.
Lovely.
Because John's always saying come down. He asked me and you to come down during the week, so.
And when he said it, I was like, yeah, I want in. So
he actually tagged to see that guy on the crutches. He only has one leg, so there's no excuse.
No excuse, yeah. So I am going to leave my house at 6, collect you. We're going to go down, do our thing. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm terrified, but I'm looking forward to it. So what's the plan for this week? Any kind of goals or plans?
I'm going to go home and swim in a real be muddy tonight.
Right, that's alright. But
what do you think is going?
I thought you were gonna go bananas on loads of group. After your days training, you can't do that.
Hungover, I'm actually.
I know, but this is where you need to be channeling a new avenue.
This is the other thing, like with the drink, and like when I'm not living in the past, but just going back to when I lost all the weight before the drink. I hadn't drank for 3 years. I felt great. You're not getting up, eating stupid shit. Yeah. Now I'm back there, and like to give up the drink again. No, I don't. I don't. So like I don't need a drink.
But you enjoy your drinks.
I do enjoy it, but like I don't enjoy the next few days because I'm so low. And I eat whatever I want, and it's just a poxy way to. But for a long time, 3 years I was at the gig and went to a wedding, hadn't seen lads in 10 years, and ever since then, not been drinking every weekend, but
you do feel it. I think anybody, but I think anybody, like say from late 20s on, and you chat to them, the hangovers get worse.
They do. They get worse. Yeah.
I'm sitting here drinking the Coke, and I was thinking to myself, because a few people have commented, like, why is always drinking Coke? And I feel vindicated. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you tell it. I'll let you tell it.
Up when you're wrong, you know. Well, it was our man, Sean Casey. It wasn't. He shared it, but he gave credit to another guy that actually maybe researched it more about the aspartame and how so much you need, like, all these cans to even make an effect.
They were saying, like, 40 cans a day.
A day.
That's not to think that there's not anything wrong with aspartame. Like, you speak to any health nutritionist, professional dietitian listening, they're gonna be like, oh lads, don't be promoting. I'm not promoting Diet Coke, or Coke Zero or that. And as I said to you, it's my thing. I need it. A couple of cans ago, I'm not half as bad as I used to be.
Look, do you know what's actually I prefer more than that? That's not really something to get in the shop. That Falva quarter now again, it have sweeteners in it, but it's actually
the fruity one,
lemon and lime one. It's delicious.
Well, it's fizzy water.
I like sparkling water, but
sparkling
this water's delicious. The Falva.
No, it is nice, yeah. No, I like me cans of Diet Coke. Come here, shout outs this week. There's a couple there. And the first one I want to say is there's a friend of mine, so it's a group of friends I grew up with. Two of them, Tommy and Ferdy, Darren Ferdy, are Aussie. They're living over in Australia. They moved over. Just must be 10, 11 years over there now. Like, and we would have grown up together since I moved down from Donaghmede. And there was Kelly and Clinch, and there was a few of us that lived around me ma's, and they, bunch of lads and that. Anyway, Nick, one of the lads over there, he's over there with Ferdy. He's in a spot of bother at the minute. He's I shared the GoFundMe page, but basically he was getting real irritated skin and things were annoying him around Christmas. Energy levels were low and I got checked. And I think at the start they weren't sure what was going on. Turns out he's in the process of liver failure. He can't walk. I think the healthcare system over there is a lot different than it is over here. Now he's getting good treatment, I believe, but it's very, very expensive. He's not no health insurance, can't walk and stuff. So there's a GoFundMe page set up. A nicer fella you could meet, one of these lads, and we were talking Jay would be the example.
Yeah.
They wouldn't they wouldn't harm a fly. They'd help you, and he was a real jolly fella, and always a real lovely fella. And yeah, there's a GoFundMe page, and I said to the lads I'd share it because you know, look, there's plenty of people out there with problems, but this is just something close to home, and we've no problem sharing. You know, if you know someone that needs a bit of help, do send it, because I've no issue with share them pages all day long. But when you actually know someone close to home, like this fella, not a big smoker or drinker, and then you hear this, he's only 40 something, he's probably only about 41 or 42, probably not even 40. So it feels very close to home. And I said, lovely fella. Not that makes any difference because if someone has that. But please, if you can't spare the price of a cup of coffee, I think we're going to look to set up something in Navan, maybe a bit of a fundraiser night. So I'll come back to you on that. But Nick, if you're listening, I'm thinking of you, buddy, and we'll be in touch soon. So that's the big call out for today. And then Annie, we mentioned, fair play to Annie, kind of moving things around for us to go.
Thanks.
Because I was so looking forward to, and you said no, we can't go, and you went back to Annie, and then she's letting the lads go out to play.
Go on. Yeah.
Thanks, Annie. Love
Thanks.
it. A big shout out to Paddy and crew and Walk for Ollie. They finished their walk yesterday. I was looking at some of the
looking at the rails and the maps.
Man, and the little fella.
Jeez. Yeah.
So fair play, Paddy. Jesus, it was some walk, because I was tracking them all. Like, when you think about it, he was knocking out, like, I think on one of the days, 37 kilometres.
He had a great map. Did you see the map? The stage?
Yeah, it was
very well
good.
done.
Very well done it was, yeah. Claire as well. Big shout out to Claire. Fair plays, and all the best, Ollie. Hope you had a great night. Happy birthday to me sister Sarah. She was
Sarah,
she was actually 38 the other day.
Happy
She's joining. She's
Sarah.
moving home from England, and she's going to be joining Transformations. Looking forward to that.
Brilliant.
She's on her own journey as well. So fair play to Sarah. Looking forward to that. Happy birthday. Have you any there?
Yeah,
we're looking at the board. We have a little board
like, how's Sinead? Happy birthday, Sarah. That looks like Sinead.
It does look like Sinead,
does.
Yeah.
But we need to go back to school.
Yeah. Shout out to Master Follow John Malloy from Master Follow in Ballsbridge. In Ballsbridge. Sorted us out with our posters, and he delivered them, and you're a legend, John.
Well done.
And he's the type of fella that I could ring him now, John.
And he'd have it ready.
And no, he just go out of his way to, one of them. Yeah, he's a lovely fella.
He might go out of his way to pick up the cup, so he'd never picked up in B&B occasions, which I will. I'm very sorry. But he's working on last week, and
we're going to have cups. This is mental, right?
Yeah.
A couple of people have contacted the page, say, lads, when you start selling t-shirts, will you give us a shout? Because they want swag.
Yeah.
That's mental. So we're going to look into doing something. And it's not about money. It's just about, I suppose, getting the podcast out there. And yeah, people are contacting. Because even when you said it first, there was Toss, he was asking as well. And I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not getting into swag or whatever. But now it's like,
what the people want.
What the people want.
Yeah. But it won't be the monkey head. You'll be getting a picture of me and Stu on your t-shirt.
Yeah.
I just want to say congratulations to Max Lally for signing. He is officially an MMA athlete.
Fair play.
He's making his pro debut on Saturday the 30th of September in Tallaght. And if you want tickets, you could contact the TRT show for tickets.
Savage. Best luck, Max.
Best luck, Max.
And well done.
Well deserved. Like
well done, yeah. Serious work ethic, I believe you were saying it as well.
Since a young age, he's been on the map.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. And he's only young, like.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. I think he's 19 or 20.
Is that all he is?
That's all he is,
He's gone places.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
He is.
It's not something, though, before we wrap up. If you get kids into something, and you get them into something young. Like, I remember reading it or seeing a documentary about Wayne Rooney. It's like, why he's so good. He's so good because in his earlier days, that's all he did is play football. And they were saying, the way he's able to touch the ball, and and I'm not into football, so it's lost me a bit. But they were saying, like, he spent like 10,000 hours perfecting. Yeah, talking years where he would have kicked the ball off a wall 1,000 times a day, And the thing is, I think, are we at risk of losing that? I wonder a bit of that. Where, like, we were younger, we were out playing. There's no computers, none of this.
Technology saw around things, and made things better. So there's a lot to answer for.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? But it's great. I see Jackson, he's into the guy now and he's starting to love it.
That's brilliant.
Belle is into the horse ride. I think it's good to have them into something, you know. Now, we did go through a phase where Belle would see something. Yeah, I want to do karate. I want to do Irish dancing. I want to do this. She do a day. One class gone. We'll get her all the gear. So, horse riding is something that she's mad into. I think that's it. I'm trying to look. I don't even need me. I'm writing. Again, shout out to Farley and Tommy and Oz. Mrs. Lads, can't wait to see us. Sean over there as well. And Nick, sorry, what you said? What are you laughing at?
That's right, bud. You
It's
can't
atrocious,
even
isn't it?
read our right. It's gas.
You know,
We might get you on them Man and Barry books, will we?
that writing, I'll tell you what that writing is. That's the way I write, is because I'm in a rush.
Yeah, that's your mind is quicker than your hands, or the other way around, whatever it is.
There is something else there.
It does says like and follow at the end.
Yeah, because we mentioned the page, we never actually say what the page
Toss
is.
actually said that to me. I'm listening to this on Spotify. I didn't realise you were on YouTube as well.
So we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on I think we're on Google audio podcast. Yeah.
Dead.
See, there's a site you use, you upload it, and you can disperse your podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Can't work out Apple yet. Apple's a nightmare.
Right.
But we're on Alright Bud podcast on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. And
maybe
if
we
you can,
could put the link in Spotify for YouTube. We've seen that being done. I think you could do that.
I'll try that.
And bring it to the
But
page.
you're relaxing tomorrow and stuff in your face for the day. I'll be on the computer.
I
and
know,
I'll be
but
sorting
you
all
do
that.
a lot in the background.
right.
I appreciate it.
But come here,
Yeah,
if you if you can like and share the page, get the old following going. You know, it's growing every week, which is great. But it's mad because I think we've only got like less than 300 followers on Instagram. But yet the Spotify, between Spotify and YouTube, we're well over that.
Yeah.
Probably 50 or 100 of them are me and you listening back.
Yeah.
But so that's the crack. Anyways, look forward to next week, Natalie.
Yeah,
don't forget to send in questions if you have any.
That'll be a long one. That'll be a long one. Which
could
be
be a
good.
long one. Yeah, could be a long one.
That'll be good.
And
I'll get your questions in.
We're kind of overshooting now the old time, but
yeah.
Listen, have a great week. Alright, bud.
Alright, bud.